Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we've got an account takeover. I don't do these as often anymore because I only ever do them for free and they actually take a load of time. But we've got DC Tier account takeover looking at his clan boss team. Currently hits Ultra Nightmare clan boss. He currently hits for around 16 million on Void, about 10 million on non-Void. So let's have a bit of a spin round. Looks like he's been playing. He's got the new login reward. So he's been playing for a good while, over 3/4 of a year. Whoo! He did say to me, my Great Hall's not in great shape. But wow, I did not expect it to be in that shape. Damn, that's shocking. Okay, that's a shocker for this long playing the game. He's got a ton of medals here, so that was not expected. So we've got a ton of medals. We need to up some of the stats. We'll do that as we see what his teams are like. But wow, that's a shocker. So let's have a look and see what he's doing on Clan Boss right now. He did say he's hit already today 1 key on Void. Here we go. So we've got Tyrell for decreased attack. Razin, decrease defense and weaken. Valk for a counter-attack. Light Sworn. Guessing Light Sworn's in there for increased defense rather than decreased attack. And we've got Poison. So we cover the most of the good debuffs. We've got an increased defense, which is nice. So on the face of it, the team is solid. The team's pretty damn solid, actually. So that looks quite good. Let's see how they are geared. Because a team that's solid probably should be hitting for 25 mil, I'd say, if they've got reasonable gear, like minimum 25 mil. So Razin was in the team. Let's see how he's built. Good amount of defense. Bit slow for Ultra Nightmare unless he's letting all of the abilities go one time, which is really viable. Enough accuracy, that works. A little bit low on crit, but not too bad. The build's like not bad. Build is not bad. Let's check Valk. 5.6k defense. We could probably do with another 1,000 defense, really, if we're playing a Valk in that sort of role. Almost forget the crit rate on this one and get your defense up, because your shield is 100% based on this defense number. So the bigger the shield becomes, the longer your team will last, basically. Just thinking about it, we don't have any form of ability to clean off a stun in this comp. So Tyrell, who's the next build, is going to be getting stunned a lot, which means that he's probably going to fail his decreased attack sometimes. But good. This is a solid build. Solid build. Again, nice defense number. That looks pretty good. All of this I'm saying solid build, but I'm not seeing anybody in lifesteal gear. So it feels like we're 100% reliant on Valkyrie's shield to heal us. Valkyrie's shield is not a healer, it's a protector. But you either want, even with Valk, you kind of want lifesteal gear, or you want some immortal gear on, or you need a leech ability out there. Otherwise, you're just going to slowly fade away over time. Okay, we've got no mastery finish there, but that's fine. Defense is good. Build's fine. This build's not bad. Build's not bad. And then the last one in the mix was... Who was the last one? Light Sworn. So yeah, same sort of thing again. He's faster, so he's on a 4-for-3 rotation, which works. Which means that he's going to be placing his increased defense in time for Valkyrie's shield. So that's good. That's well thought out team. But I do worry then. The main thing I worry about is that lack of a leech ability. So I'm thinking... Grush is awesome, by the way. I'm thinking that Grush should come into the team. And the question is it instead of Razin or is it instead of Light Sworn? I think it's instead of Razin. No, I don't. Do I? Or do I? No, I think it's instead of Light Sworn, actually. I think it's instead of Light Sworn. And I also think that Grush comes in, even though he doesn't have the right affinity, I think he comes in, right aura. I think he comes in as the lead, because he's the person who we're least worried about taking a stun. If Takeover takes a stun and decreased attack falls off, you're basically out of the game. So for that extra couple of hundred defense you get, which is nice, you either want to protect the stun champion with a cleanse, or you need a different way of doing it. Another option is actually to bring Doom Priest in to both cleanse the stun and provide you with that little bit of healing you need to top up the Valk shield. But when you come to later in the game, the healing she brings will not be enough to top up the damage you take. So I think Grush and we tank a stun for me. So I'm going to build these out. Most of these builds are not bad, so it's a case of just enhancing what we've got. A lot of this is about picking the right team comp that's going to get you the most damage throughout a fight. So the first champ I'm going to try and rebuild is Valk, and what I want to do is just rebuild her. Oh, look at that! Rebuild her so that she's got a higher base defense, so that we're less in need of having Light Sworn in the team. If we can get Light Sworn out the team, bring Grush in, we've got our healing, and then everyone's happy. So what I want to do is actually just make sure that we've got the right type of stats flowing through. So defense here is good, defense here is good. We've got defense on the chest already, which is strong, and defense on the boots, which is strong as well. So the only other place really that we can throw a big defense roll in would be the gloves. These are not a bad set of gloves on her already, but I'm actually going to try and push her to the 191 speed and get a counter attack out straight away so that we don't miss a turn of potential damage. Especially when you're talking about a team that perhaps is only going to last 20-25 turns, to not have your counter attack out straight away actually costs you a chunk of your damage. So we're going to build her out, see if I can get a defense up to about 6.5k with a 191 speed, and worry less about crit on her. Well, we've got quite a crazy build we've managed to pull together. Good thing about having someone like a Grush coming in where you don't need lifesteal gear is you can just pull gear from anywhere. So I did manage to get one kind of set piece here, which is the Immortal gear, but I really didn't look for any set bonuses. I was happy with the ring we already had. I just put a glyph on it. I rolled the amulet up to max so that we got the benefit of the defense there. I rolled the banner up to max so we got the benefit, and we actually rolled in defense here. I could change this banner, the amulet, for a crit damage amulet now, because we're going to be rolling pretty high on crit rate, and we've got more defense than we need, but there isn't really any on the account. So I've left it as it is, but that would be an upgrade to the build. We've gone for the same defense boots with speed on, defense chest with speed on, defense gloves with speed on, and really what I was looking for was speed crit on defense items, so we get maximum defense, but we get the speed we want to get, and we get crit rate. Same sort of thing in these other items, so speed and defense and crit, speed, defense and crit, and then just speed and crit damage. So we've ended up really with a pretty bonkers build of 7k defense, 191 speed, 37k HP. Even without Light Sworn in the team, that shield is going to keep us going for long into the fight, which is awesome. I mean, if we did manage to pull a an increased defense champion that could fit into the team properly, then her shield would be bonkers. You'd be able to 2-key with that Valk. In terms of masteries, I've not changed anything. They were already good. So she's good to go. 1 down, 4 to go. Okay, so Razin then. I honestly would like more crit damage than what I've got here, because Razin is a really hard hitter. But we've got 4.1k defense, which is nice. 194 speed, so I've picked him up ahead of the Valk. The reason why I've done that, and you don't have to do it, by the way, you can drop him down below that 190, is because I want him to apply his decreased defense and weaken before we get our first set of counterattacks out. So what's important to me is that we maximize our damage from the start. You don't have to do this. I could drop his speed down, but I prefer to do it this way. We've pushed the crit rate up, 99%. Hashtag Hell Hades crit rate. And we've got the accuracy we need. So his build is looking strong. He does have masteries at the moment, which are offense, defense, which is not bad. I'm just wondering if we'd be better off pushing in Master Hexer to get the decreased defense and weaken out potentially for longer. Let's see if he's booked as well. He is booked, so maybe we don't. Maybe we'll leave it as it is, and we'll leave him with the ability to change that up. But 2 down, 3 to go. We're going to do Frozen Banshee next. Okay then, Frozen Banshee is done. Frozen Banshee's coming in 201 speed, so she gets her poison sensitivity out straight away. I prefer to do this. Again, you could run her with a lower speed, lower than the counter attacker, but it means that you won't get a full rotation of your poison until way down the line. So I prefer to run faster than my counter attacker for the sensitivity. So she's got 3.8k defense, 238 accuracy to land all the debuffs. She already had her masteries done, which is good. There's nothing really that's going to enhance. That's why I guess he's not selected the last mastery, but I guess because I don't like red dots, I would probably just pick this one and have it done. But you don't really need to select anything else. So that's 3 done. We've got Tyrell to go and Grush. Let's do Tyrell next. Now, we're going to have Tyrell tanking the stun, which is not something I'd normally recommend, but I'm not sure the best way to not do that in this account. So what I've actually done here is I've selected defense boots again. We still want defense stuff. He can be slower than our counter attacker. It doesn't really matter, but I want him to have a high defense number, and I want him to have a lower HP pool than most people, because the stun hit is based on his defense. So he's going to be tanking that up in his lower HP, high defense, so that he doesn't take too big a hits. So we're going to move things like amulets and banners and stuff into defensive. I still need enough accuracy to land his decreased attack. That's really important. But we're just going to take these up, roll them up, try and get him to like 4.5k defense if I can, and then the rest of the stats we're just going to make sure they come in line. Okay, not too much required here actually. We've picked the defense up a bit, so nearly 4.5k. We picked the crit rate up a bit. We dropped the accuracy down a bit, so we had more than we needed. So Tyrell looking pretty strong as well. So last one to go is Grush. Grush, just looking at his skills, he's got a decreased attack and crit damage. Decreased attack's kind of like our backup really. We've got continuous heals, so the heal ability is nice, and we've got leech. So he can just be in similar sort of gear really to what my Razin's got now. He hits hard. So if you can get his crit rate up, his defense up, everything else is kind of looking pretty solid. So I'm just going to try and get about another 1,000 defense somehow into this build to finish off his gear. And then we're going to be ready to take it for a test run. One thing, I've just run it twice and Valk keeps taking the stun instead of Grush. And I want Grush to take the stun. So what I've actually done is I've switched her masteries up. I've given her Steadfast and I've gone for like this enhanced shield set of masteries. Now, something which BGE, Mr. Free to Play, found out is that if you've got Steadfast as a mastery, then the clan boss sees it as a buff and avoids that champion for the clan boss stun. Crazy that we're like 2 years into playing this game and we've only just found this out. But I'm hoping now, hopefully this proves me right, or proves BGE right. We changed it over again. I'm hoping that Grush now becomes a stun target because he does not have that ability on. But yeah, I've run it twice, and both times, even though I've done a little tweak on Grush's health to get his health up, Grush has taken that stun. So I'm full auto from the start here. I've got decreased defense and weaken out. We've got decreased attack going on from that counter attack. And we've got good amounts of damage actually coming in per hit, which is cool. But let's just see what happens when the stun comes off in a second. You'll see that we are running a good amount of debuffs, which is what you want. We're trying to beat that kind of 20 million max key that you used to get. And on affinities, it tends to be around 10 million. So, you know, we're trying to punch way above that sort of number. Here comes the stun, though. Does it work? It does work. How crazy. How crazy that we are this far into the game and someone's just found this out. So I tip my cap to BGE. He's just saved our run. So we're going to let this run through. I'll bring it back in when we're a bit further down the line, but I'm hoping that we're going to be squeezing up above 20 million damage. Okay, so this team, I think, is going to be the Void team. When we run it on affinities, especially like we're running here against a blue affinity, it's been quite annoying because decreased accuracy, we're not landing our debuffs, therefore we're dying too early. So we're only hit 12 million. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in Doom Priest, who I just built out, to kind of come in as like the affinity champion. So she has got Pretty healthy amount of defense, 189 speed, so she's going to be the fastest after the rotation, and a good amount of health. And basically, she's just in there as a kind of cleanse stroke healer. So we'll see if she can give us enough kind of top-up healing to enable us to do all of our abilities and kind of top up from where the Valk Shield is. I think she will. And really all we're looking for is the ability to stay alive long enough to take down this clan boss. Now, at the moment, Valkyrie is going to be the person that takes a stun because she's the negative affinity. And I want for Doom Priest to come in, cleanse that stun off, and cleanse these type of things off as well. All of these kind of decreased accuracies, and just keep the run going smoothly. So Doom Priest is one of the best champions in the game for when the clan boss changes affinity and you need to keep your team moving. So let's see how this runs. Stun goes on, passive, cleanse off. Everyone's still in their kind of routine, and everyone's landing their debuffs, which is the most important thing, to go onto the clan boss. So shields will stay up, the healing will stay on, and hopefully, even for the affinity bosses, we start to push past that kind of, 15 odd mil. So I'll let this run through. Let's see how this kind of plays out. I'll bring it back on when we're towards the end. Okay, so we're actually hitting the number that I hit when I was using Grush. So there shows that Doom Priest coming in dramatically enhanced the run, like already. 12 million, and we're going strong. So we're on turn 16. This is pretty much where his runs have failed all the time before. So we've now got the high defense number. We've got the Valkyrie shield going on consistently. Debuffs staying up consistently. Doom Priest going first. Cleanse. Everything off. Beautiful. Then everyone can continue to land their debuffs. This is a risky time because we didn't land decrease attack. Doesn't matter for now because this attack is not based on his attack. But if Tyrell does not land decrease attack there, which he didn't, we're probably dead. And it's always a risk of a Tyrell. If this is an unlucky run, by the way, him not landing his ability might just kill us right now. Let's see. Or hit us hard, didn't kill us because we had that Valk shield up. It's gone back on, but we're probably still dead because it shouldn't have eaten so much of the Valk shield on that one turn. So although we've done 15 mil, it's 15 mil on what I'd say is a pretty unlucky run. Let's see how we get on. We might just squeeze our way past it if we're lucky. Oh, we lost one. We lost one. As I say, it was probably about as unlucky as it's going to get. But if I reran this 4 times, I think we would hit over 20 million on any affinity going forward. And we've still got a chance of kind of creeping into the 17s, but without our poisoner, which is a big source of our damage, we're not going to be hitting the kind of numbers that we could have hit. So really unlucky. Quite annoying. Quite annoying, but I won't cut it out of the video because this is like the reality of what happens. But yeah, this is kind of hitting what he was hitting on void numbers now on a normal affinity, which is pretty cool. We lost at a Tyrell. Tyrell dead means run over, basically. So there you have it, guys. We've kind of picked his damage up, I'd say probably by about 70%. And as I say, and this is basically an unlucky run. So we're going to squeeze 18 million. We'll take it. We'll take it. So there you go, guys. That has been another account takeover. Don't sleep on a Doom Priest for Affinity Clan Boss. Probably one of the best champions in the game for it. And make sure you build up your defense on your champions. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you soon.